Okay, so this is butterfly number 11. So I'm just going to show how we actually use glassine envelopes to put over the wings to hold them down so that we can make sure that they dry well enough, and it also allows us to tag more than one at once as needed. Sometimes it's very efficient to just wipe the eyelash glue on all three and then on the tags and put them all at once. So we use these glassine envelopes that we've creased so this is how they normally are, folded, and you put the butterfly in there. We have them all folded and we put a little T so we know they're used for tagging. And we just open it up and gently get our one side of the wings on both wings in there on the butterfly, and then we hold the butterfly so that otherwise if you just grab and then try to put the other one in, it's flapping. So we'll keep holding it around the thorax and open up, put the other one on. It goes on really nicely when you hold them this way. And then once it's on there and they're both close to the thorax, I grab it here so I'm not putting my fingers on the wings. And we have this sort of homemade pinning board with these little grooves for the body, and we really just, sometimes their legs are out and they're trying to, they don't want to go in, and you just push them in, but this one's really nice and being calm, and we just put it in. I usually get the envelopes kind of pushed down, and then I grab the wings and I open and pull it up a little bit so that it's in a nice position, and the body is pretty much like it's not twisted or sideways in any way. We've been using these to hold them down, and in the field, Helen, my master's student, was also using a pencil or something to keep the abdomen down, because obviously if the abdomen is up in the air and you put the tag on, it's not going to be able to stay on. So that's one way to do it. In the lab, and if you feel comfortable bringing them to the field, we were using microscope slides, both to hold them down, so probably 2 for each wing. And then this is nice because once you put the tag on, you can, or once you put this over the abdomen, you can just put the tag right over. You don't have to put the tag on and then hold it down, the abdomen and the tag down together. So this one is nicely there. So then we take our tag. So this was 11, right? Mm-hmm. So this is 11 is going to be Elliot. So we have our tag. We've already made sure that this is the correct ID, and we've weighed these in the lab. So pull out the tag and hope it doesn't blow away in these gale force winds. Put this away. So we've been using eyelash glue because this seems to have minimal effects on survival. Of course, we haven't analyzed those data yet, but you know how it goes. So we just take a little, we use the Duo Active. This is what the CTT folks had told us worked for them. And it has a nice brush. And we just put a little bit on the thorax of the back of the thorax. And then we put some on the tag itself. And then wait about 30 seconds. It's going to vary a little bit depending on, and that has a little bit on the hair, so I'm just wiping it off the hairs. So how long you wait might depend on how dry it is in your region, or it's pretty humid here. We've also found that this eyelash glue doesn't dry hard and super dry like super glue. It stays a little tacky, but it does definitely dry. So I don't know, has that been 30 seconds? Probably that's been like 15. Yeah. Then I just count 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Probably 20 to 30 is fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can still see it gets a little bit less white. But I would see what works for you. If it's right in the sun, it's going to make a difference too. And I'll give this credit to Helen. So what Helen, my master's student, was doing in the field was taking a pencil that without the lead out. And so we place this on, and again, I can just put this because the abdomen's held down. So get the tag on, and it likes to bounce around, which is kind of annoying. But we get the tag, kind of place the tag down, and you can see it can be tricky. And then you can use the pencil to move it around to a good spot, and then just make sure it's on there. And you can't, I have a problem of wanting to mess with it too much. But once it's on there, and that's why I like these slides, because you really can just hold the abdomen down and I don't have to then put something on top. But once it's on there, you can then touch this a little bit and it won't move too much. So I'm just gonna leave it there. It seems to be in a good spot. Sometimes they're trying to crawl out of the, crawl up their way up. These guys in the field have been, they have been cooperating pretty well. And then the nice thing about this is we can give it a little time to dry. We don't have to rush. And then we can pull out another one. We have a few sets of tagging envelopes. So then we can pull out our next one and do the same thing. And then we know for sure that it's dried enough, and carry on our way. So have a nice day.